For those of you already joining us, I'm just getting the link posted around a couple places where people have asked to see it. I'm going to grab my cup of coffee and then we will start streaming. I will be right back. All right, friends, let's do this thing. All right, let's go back here. So we're going to be jumping back into the sketch-a-days that I made for my students. And again, inspired by Jake Parker's Inktober. I don't know if I said this the other day. I was going to call this Quarantink, but it's hard to say. And I don't know. It just seems like it's chomping a little too much flavor. But we're doing Sneaky. We're on Sneaky today. We're going to do day 2. So with that in mind, let's do what we did the other day. We'll come over in a new file. Let me get a little pencil. Let's just write our inspiration word up in the corner. It's kind of hard to see. Let's fix that up. Sneaky. Alright. So sneaky's a great word. It's a really fun word to say. Kind of sounds like snaky. And most of us know what it means. But just for the practice of it, we'll say sneaky. And we know that it means kind of... like, I'm immediately thinking of like a ninja. So I'm thinking of stealth. Whoops. Stealthy. Quiet. So that's got to tie into our first word of tranquil, even though they're not the same. It does have a little tie-in of quiet. Sneaky, I think you've got to be kind of slow. Maybe even a little bit methodical. That's not great. Defining a word with another bigger word. Stealthy, quiet, slow, methodical. I think you have to be collected. Collected to be sneaky. And if we were doing another robot sketch like we did with Tranquil, then the robot would obviously have to be pretty well oiled, or else it's gonna be squeaky and not sneaky. So, those are some good words. Sneaky, stealthy, quiet. Maybe even mischievous. Alright, let's think about stealthy, quiet, slow. Some of the things that are coming to mind is maybe I'm thinking about for stealthy. Obviously, I want to go directly to like a ninja because ninjas are cool. Right? Maybe I want to do a ninja sketch. Little character that's a ninja. Or for some reason, when I think stealthy and slow, I immediately want to go to something that's like a ninja snail. I think would be kind of fun. Loop. Sorry, that's my dog. She's on the porch. She just saw a squirrel. Let me check on her. Hey, you alright? We're streaming. It's okay. She's fine. And she said to make sure to say hello to you guys. A little snail. But it's a ninja snail, so maybe it's got a cool bandana on. Something like that. Maybe we think of more of like a ninja pose or someone trying to like creep around like Scooby-Doo. Think of Scooby-Doo maybe. But like a arm creeping right here. Maybe there's this weird little kick in the leg and another leg's up here and they're hunched over. Boo-doo, boo-doo. Wait, that's Pink Panther. Someone being sneaky. Funny little thing like that. Let's see, just some more little sketches. This is, again, it's just like you don't have to jump directly into a single idea right from the get-go when you're drawing something. And more often than not, you probably shouldn't jump directly into the first idea that you have. Because if yesterday's stream is any evidence, like I had a lot of really bad ideas in a short little time period. They didn't really pan out too much. Didn't really become much. What if we think about for sneaky? Maybe it's a cute little kid with big glasses. And really big ears because they're a little kid. And maybe they're trying to sneak into the kitchen. Maybe they just want to get some cookies. Now they're hiding the cookies behind their back. But what's this? It's the cookie jar. All busted up. Because they knocked it over. There's an attempted sneakiness, but it failed. He got caught. Let me check to see what's going on over here real quick. Check on my students. Okay. Yeah, we're all right. Okay. I kind of like what's going on already with this little guy. He's pretty cute. That makes a fun little scene. Thinking about this kid trying to be sneaky, going to get some cookies. It's an adorable little illustration we've made. Really like his really big ears. Loop is so sad. Do I want to push myself to only do robots like we did the other day. I think that'd be a fun challenge for me. I've been wanting to draw things that are more mechanical looking anyways, like I mentioned in Wednesday's stream in our first one. So how can we combine this idea of an adorable little kid trying to sneak cookies and a robot? What would a robot try to... If a robot was to have a snack or some kind of delicacy, what do you think a robot would pursue? What would a robot eat? Not quite sure yet. Let's see if we can find it as we sketch. So sketching can be a way of thinking. That's totally fine. And maybe it should be a way of thinking. I use it like that. Okay. Just go over here a little bit. I like the proportions that we have on this little guy. Just kind of give myself some guiding lines for our robot over here. You see what I've done is I've just kind of visually, even though it's off, I've visually given myself some locators. That one's more like his shoulder, isn't it? It just tells me kind of the general height of things. Maybe that was supposed to be his chin. I think it was. There's the top of his hair. Because I like those proportions. So there's no reason why I can't use the sketch that I already have to create something new while still referencing the old information. That's totally fine. So I'm going to come over here. And what would a robot get into? Oil? Can't imagine a robot eating oil. It would be like a treat. I don't know. We'll find it. Let's give our little robot a very boxy head. Just doing a bunch of illustrations there for a while, where it was a bunch of characters inspired by old arcade games, and I was giving them these very just television heads. It's seen a lot. I'm not the first person to do that by any means. There's television head illustrations everywhere. But maybe we want to do something like that. Maybe. I don't know. I kind of want this robot to be looking down a little bit too. Like he's a little bit embarrassed. A little bit embarrassed that he got caught. Yeah, let's give him a whole little screen head like we did before. That. Let's give him a hat. Nice big blocky hat. How are you today? Hope you're well. Welcome to Friday, the note says. Hope it finds you well. Let's draw. That's what we're doing. Hope you can hear the birds outside my little studio space. Quite relaxing. trying to find a fun little separation so his head doesn't seem as blocky in the back and it seems more intentional. Maybe just a little loop like that, but along these same perspective guidelines would work. I like that alright. Maybe I'll scoot that over just a little. Like that. Sure, it's looking good. Now I gave the robot the other day, I just gave him one single wheel. I don't really want to do that again. So what can we do? Oh, let's give him some real, like, kind of just, like, knobbly knees like this. Or little joints like that are just kind of like half laps. How would you be standing if you're a little embarrassed if you knew you were a robot? Maybe with your knees come together a little bit. Probably how I'd stand if I was an embarrassed robot. Now though, with putting the robot with his knees kind of going in a little bit more, does it give a look of this robot needs a bathroom break? Maybe a little bit, but I think we're okay. Still don't know what a robot would be after. Fly in here. Get rid of a little bit of information up here just to clean things up. So we can see what's going on. Do I like that? No, because this arm is in the wrong spot. We've got his body that has a little bit of a twist this way. So, even though I like that style of arm that I had going. Ooh, let's make this like this. It's kind of like the Lego piece. You know the Lego piece that's it's a dome. They use it for like antennas and stuff in Lego pieces. It's like that type of joint. Let's do that. Put a thumb down here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's way cooler. We'll give him a little right there. That's where the wrist would pivot. So I kind of went a weird direction. I did not think I would go this way with Sneaky. I thought for sure that I'd land somewhere around a ninja, because that's what I was thinking initially. But I like this idea of making a bigger story based on this word, where we started here as like this little kid, but just trying desperately to sneakily get some cookies, but didn't work out until we've taken that over to a robot. You know what? Why can't this robot also be after some cookies? If we're making up weird stories, let's just make it that the robot wanted some cookies too. Nothing wrong with that. Let's give him a little bit of a trucker hat texture going on. That's a weird little neck to torso joint, but I kind of like it. So I'm going to leave it. Don't know what I'm doing over there. I don't like whatever it is I'm doing. It's kind of cool. Whoops. Made that too wide, too far. Okay. There we go. That information down there is getting a little foggy, but his hand is in the same orientation, but because we're on the opposite side, it's going back away from us. Also, maybe I made this, it's way too wonky. Let me squatten it up a little bit. That's close enough. Close enough for a sketch layer. I'll give him some little cuffs or something on his arms. Maybe we can make those look like springs later, make it look a little bit more intentional or whatever. Hey, Perla. There. That's a pretty good little robot boy. Got a very sad face. Poor little robot boy. All he wanted was a cookie. Let's even use the pseudo same cookie jar shape. Let's raise it up a little bit to give it some more space to breathe. crack in it. Oh, let's do it like that. Yeah. Maybe there's shards of it down in front. The lid's falling over here. Maybe it's got a big crack in it too. Draw some cookies falling out. I think my favorite cookie may very well be the white chocolate macadamia nut cookie. I don't know if there's one better. I really, really don't. I do love a good oatmeal raisin. And I love a good oatmeal chocolate chip. Never said no to a peanut butter cookie either. But those white chocolate macadamia nut cookies, they are something to behold. Oh, everything good? Just saw a big... Okay, there's just a little flash on the streaming software, but everything looks like we're back to normal. Oh, maybe this guy has a screen on his belly too. It's like a robot diagnostics panel. And we'll get in here. Sorry to move the screen on you, but we'll get in here, and then once we take this sketch and make it a little bit bigger, we'll make this more evident. But it's maybe he's got a little like heartbreak symbol in here. A little heartbreaking. Poor little guy. Kind of feeling sorry for him. It's a rough life. I kind of really like this guy. So even though we start off with the word sneaky, it turns out that we went somewhere that was not sneaky. Or maybe even failed sneaky. And that's okay. It's a lot of fun to let yourself go to those places. Software keeps blinking. I hope everything's okay. I do know that my computer is really just struggling with everything I'm throwing at it recently. It's not a bad computer, but I think it's just kind of tired. I think it may be a little bit stressed out. Kind of like the rest of us. So I'll cut it a break. We can still get along. Oh, you know what I'm going to do since this thing's right here? Kind of be like when we added that bird in the other day. I'm going to turn this little enlarged Lego joint thing, like our robot's elbows. I'm just going to turn it into like a little Roomba. Maybe it's coming to try to help clean up the mess that our robot boy made. What does a Roomba's arms look like? What does the I guess it just looks like a disc. Let's give it some like, oh yeah, let's make it look like it's got a mustache. That's just like it's cleaning little elements. We'll just put some little filler information back here. And then how do we make it look like it's cleaning things? Well, maybe we need to put a little bit of debris on the ground in front of it and show where it's clean behind it. Give our little robot a little shadow. Give our little cookie jar pieces shadow. There. Poor robot buddy. I'm going to hit that copy and paste tool. And I'm going to bring us up a little square. Square canvas. Oh no, hit copy canvas. I need to go copy this one. My bad. Where's my button? I can't see it. It's somewhere. Paste. That's what I needed. Very good. I'm going to make our little sad robot guy bigger. If it would cooperate with me. Something like that. Do I like that? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to lighten our robot up by taking the opacity down. And I started a new layer. I'm just going to clean him up. Again, the other day I'd mentioned how if you get too tight, at this point it kind of kills a little bit of the fun that you captured in your original sketch. So I still try to stay really loose. While still cleaning and kind of correcting some of the information that may have been off, that I didn't quite care for. And now that we have the room, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to give a little bit of depth to his face. So it is more like a screen. That divider point that we've made in his head, maybe I'll just put in some like little rivets or screws. I like it right there better. That's good. give his mouth a little border. Do I like that? Not really. Get rid of it. His other eyeball is hidden by the cap over here, so I don't need to even fill that in. I guess I could, but I won't. Just hatching a little texture in. And do the same up top. Spread it out a little bit more. So the overall effect is lighter. What's our boy's hat say? Maybe you're wondering why I'm looking down now. I set my iPad down in my lap so that I could just rotate it around a little bit more freely.